You have to do that self-care. You have to take care of yourself. Because if you just focused on, oh my gosh, I love what I do, I'm going to work, 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 that's great. But guess what? You're not going to show up as the best version of you.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started. All right, Be It Babe, I'm going to get into this interview as quickly as possible because our guest today is one of my favorite humans in the world. Every time I get off a call with her, I am more motivated to do the thing I already was motivated to do. So this podcast is honest, it's authentic, it's got great tips, and it's going to help you be it till you see it. So here is Wendee Close from Goals to Life. Be it, babe. Get ready. This conversation is going to be the caffeine you forgot to get yourself this morning. I promise you. Wendee Close is our guest today, and the two of us, when we get together, it's like, so you are, yes. You can slow the speed down if you're someone who speeds up the podcast. Wendee Close, girl, I love you. Can you tell everyone who you are and what you rock at?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, first off, my name is Wendee Close. Like she said, I am the CEO and founder of Goals to Life, and I rock at execution and getting shit done. I am the GSD girl. Definitely want to bring it to people where they could actually say, I want this, and they just don't know how to actually implement it. And I'm your girl for that.
You so are. Here's the thing. Like, I was looking through, Be Babe, we have like a form that people fill out. And it's really funny because whenever it's a friend of mine, I'm like, just fill out the logistics, like email, address. I know you, but like my team's like, we do need the bio, Lesley. We do need these things. I'm like, and we can find it. But one of the things that I love that you wrote in this form, you actually talked about being it till you see it as the CEO of Goals to Life. Right. And I would love for you to share that with people because I couldn't agree more. When I met you, Goals to Life was an idea. You were busy doing the things, but it wasn't a thing yet. But to me, I felt like, oh my God, this woman is the CEO of the biggest, coolest, most amazing, successful company. And then I find out like the next day when I'm talking with you, you were in the process of it. So you were a Be It Babe example. Tell everyone what you did.
Oh, I 100%. Okay. So for me, I've lived 27 years in a B2C world, and that's like, working directly with the consumer. I decided, here I was not in alignment with my calling. So I'm like, okay, I have now been put into a direction that now is in alignment with my purpose. So it's very clear when you have vision and you're like, okay, this is the vision of what I'm supposed to do, the gifts that I have, I'm perfectly in alignment. And when the vision is so clear, you become it. So I knew I had to create a SaaS platform, which is a software as service, a huge platform to solve a world problem. It's like, it's so much bigger than me. And so I have to believe so much in the calling and the purpose and my gifts and my capacity to know when I walk into the room, it's already happened. It's already happening. Like I already know it's not if, it's just when. And it's going in because the conviction is so strong because you're feeling a need and a void that is so needed. And you have the right solution and you're the right person. You just show up because that's who you are. And that is what you are doing and what will be done in the perfect time. So, when you believe in what you're doing and when you're in alignment, it's just so easy to show up and say, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. These are the lives I am changing. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm not just doing it here and now, I'm going to do it across the world. So it's just taking it in and sometimes living it way bigger than you are because the vision is so strong and you believe it. So you live it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like and loves, you don't need to know what a SaaS or a B2C is to know that like all this stuff, like to take everything she just said, because I think what I want to highlight is like, you were very successful for 25 years in doing what you're doing. Like, honestly, you could have just like retired. You could have
Oh,
just like part-time.
yeah, my husband reminds me of that all the time. Let's just take a risk and let's just go live, decide Wendee wants to leave a legacy in a whole different direction. It can make you sick if you are out of alignment
Mm,
with who you are.
yeah.
And until you could really find your purpose and use your God-given gifts, it
Yeah.
can be a struggle, and you may have this emptiness or feeling of unfulfillment. And so until you can actually get clarity
Mhm.
on what that is, and then start crafting a plan and start moving into action. And when you start acting on the things that you know and you're in alignment, you start having this overwhelming sense of joy. And there's not a day of working. When people say, what's the saying of when you love what you do, it's never a
Yes.
day of work or whatever.
Yes.
Truly, like I get up and straight up, you guys, I'm in a startup. And this is launching a software startup. This is not easy. This story to be told, I cannot wait.
It's like
But
obstacle after obstacle, like green light, yellow light, red. Good to
But I
go.
will tell you, I wake up every day with so much joy of the
Mm.
opportunity to be called to do something so great and to actually be able to impact lives and make a difference. I do not, no matter how many hours, no matter what the struggle, no matter what the difficulty is, when you are in alignment and you have vision and you can help other people, it doesn't feel like work. Like it really doesn't, even no matter how hard it is, unless you know it's hard.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with you. Like, before we hit record, I was like, I refuse to work more than 8 hours a day. I
Yeah,
actually,
you just told me that.
my work day is technically scheduled to be around 7, sometimes 6. And the reason is like, it's going to go an extra hour. I'm going to wrap things up before I like sit down at dinner. I'm like, okay, what's going on for tomorrow? That doesn't mean I don't love what I do. It just means that I also know that I have to live a full life to show up every day, to be the thing for everyone that I'm helping. But I wake up every day like so excited. I do not hit snooze. I get in a cold plunge. I get my walk in. I cannot wait to do the things that I'm doing. And I agree with you. Like if you are out of alignment, you do almost get sick. You get frustrated. You start lashing out. I guess like the question I have, because like I am in a tech business, which I would never have thought. Like I was like, I'm a Pilates instructor. And then I hear my husband go, oh, we have a tech platform. And I was like, I'm like,
You
we
do,
do?
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's so good.
Wait, hold on. Does anyone notice what colors I'm wearing?
Oh my God. She is wearing OPC colors. She's got the OPC hot coral. She's got the OPC turquoise. She is OPC. So I think some people get caught up in the part that we're in right now, which is like, we're in it, we're building something we didn't know, and you're kind of learning as you build a plane. How did you get yourself to trust that you'd figure it out? Because like you go from having the goal of what Goals to Life is. And by the way, her B2C was not like also in tech, guys. So this is like a whole,
It's a whole new.
I just want to say like it was, this is a 180 from what she was doing. How did you go from like, it's okay that I don't know what I don't know, I'm going to do it anyways? Like, how did you wrap your head that you'd figure it out?
Well, I would just tell everyone, just learn to be as resourceful as you can. And I was not afraid of asking a lot of questions and being vulnerable to the people that I know had the answers, because people really do want to help you. And there's a lot of people out there that if you come and you just being honest and very transparent about where you are and what you're trying to do and that you don't know, they will help you. And so I have made some incredible relationships and found some phenomenal mentors on this journey asking. And then I am just extremely resourceful and I have confidence to say, there's a lot. Every day I wake up, every single day, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. Like today, I'm doing a live with Brooke Riley and we are going in because I don't know how to go live. You guys, I don't. And guess what? What do I want to do? I wake up every day figuring out how I can reach more people to impact more people's lives. So guess what Wendee needs to do? I need to get out of my comfort zone. I need to learn how to go live, how I can get in front of more people. Do I want to do it? Not really, but guess what? I do want to impact lives. So guess what? Wendee's going
Mm,
to learn. We're going to go live and we're going to learn how I'm going to go live through Goals to Life. I built a plan. She's going to teach me and we're going to teach other people. But that's like every day. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to get online and say, I don't know what I'm doing. So you all can watch me not know what I'm doing, but we will learn together and people will be more vested in what you're doing when you show up that way.
mm. I agree. But thank you and also thank you for being vulnerable. And you and Brad are like people in my life who like, you're not afraid to ask people for help. or ask people for a connection and I didn't grow up like with that. And so I'm always so surprised when I see people do it. But then what it does is it gives me permission to do it too. And so I find myself doing it more. And I'm like, okay, and I don't even have to feel guilty for asking for that because they are doing it. If they didn't want to do it, they wouldn't do it. And if they don't do it, it's not that they don't want to do it. They might have forgotten. So let's just, hey, are you still going to do that thing? No problem if you're not. Like, you guys have, the two of you, thank God for you. Like, it's a contagious behavior that you have that I needed. So let's talk a bit about Goals to Life, because like, you are creating this platform. It is huge. It is robust. It is for the biggest impact of all these people. Why? And what do you want people to do with it?
Oh my gosh. Well, the big why is I want people to live a life of wholeness. We want to help people trade that burnout, that fatigue for fulfillment and the overwhelm for outcome by helping them bring their goals to life. But the biggest thing is in every area of their life. We don't want one person focused in one area and looking back and regretting and understanding that they compromised other areas. Just like Lesley, how you were saying, you're going to do an 8-hour day. You have to do that self care. You have to take care of yourself. Because if you just focused on, oh my gosh, I love what I do, I'm going to work, 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 that's great. But guess what? You're not going to show up as the best version of you. Something's going to give, and you will get the burnout if you don't take care of yourself. So it's really bringing awareness to people understanding that we are so multifaceted and we have to take care of each area. Like if you neglect your finances, your relationships, your spiritual connections, your anything like mental health, like you could literally, okay, let's just talk right here. We could be the best Pilates person ever and have your body so strong. And here you are, but mentally you're a hot mess. So health is not health. Like that's great. But guess what? If you're not taking care of your mind and having peace in your mind and reducing that stress or anxiety that you might be feeling, then you're really not feeling as if you are truly at peace and in harmony with what you're supposed to. So, yes, first thing first, Goals to Life is to help people because everybody, I don't care if you're 10 years old or 90, everybody wants something. They desire something. They need to do something or they dream of doing something, right? So now it's like, okay, what do they do with that? Most people just spiral it in their head. We empower people to allow them to understand the next step is to actually get it written down. And how do we help them create a plan? Because without a plan, they're just wandering around with no direction, have no clarity. They're stressed because they don't know what direction they're going. And then once they write the plan, we have an easy tool and a resource through our system to help them implement and execute the plan so what they can actually achieve the life they want. And that's what we want. People deserve to live the life they want. They just need to know how to do it. And we want to empower them through Goals to Life to live the life that they really deeply desire. And people just don't know how.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, like, I think people get so caught up in the how, and there's all these coaches out there, very brilliant people who are like, oh, don't get stuck on the how, just figure out the why and the what. And it's like, yes. And also like people do need to help with that first next step, because if they don't know the first next step, they will just get stuck in this how. So I really love that you've like creating this platform that really helps people like create a plan.
A detailed plan. Sadly, I know people don't want to live in the details. And right now, we're working with a university here in Southern California, University of Irvine, UCI.
Cool.
And I have their computer science department, their graduate students working on our platform right now. And, we're talking about AI. So AI is built into the system to guide you. We do have over 60,000 data points. So we have recipes for success. You want to feel this way? We'll tell you the strategies and actions. You don't even have to think. But we want people to think. So we're like, how much do you want AI influencing a life plan for people? And it's interesting because AI is such a big topic right now, where to commit to something, to really commit to change, you do need to know your why, but you have to be vested into the work of creating and thinking about what you are willing to do, what you're willing to sacrifice. And you can't let AI do that. And AI can't do the actions for you either. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting, a fine line of how much you bring AI into this process, because if you make it too easy, they're not going to end up executing. Sometimes you have to do the work to be more committed.
Yeah. I think like you have to have some skin in the game. Like there has to be some investment. It's the same reason, like, I did a lot for my business listening to podcasts for free when I didn't have money to invest in coaching. But at some point, I was not willing to take the risk money-wise in my business with these ideas I was hearing on podcasts until I invested in like you have to have some skin in the game so that you actually can do the work. I agree. My girlfriend, Monica, does my photos. She's been on the podcast before. She is like, are you using ChatGPT to give you a pep talk in the morning? And I was like, no. Like, what are you talking about?
I never heard of that. Okay, that's a new. Thank you for sharing.
She sent me screenshots and it is like, Monica, you are the best. I mean, like, it is so great. I was like, okay, I clearly need to get up in the morning and say, good morning. Here's what I got going on today. Give me my pep talk. Like, not because I need it, but like, there is something nice about someone else going, you got this. Like, I think that that's really cool. I want to go back to you.
I love that, by the way. Thank you.
It's so good. I think we're all going to use it.
The motivations, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. Some of us listen to music. Like, we've had like podcast guests on before, like their beat action. I was like, pick up your favorite. What's your song that's going to be your beat song and play it every morning? And that one resonated for me a little bit, but there's something about like, I don't know, someone like cheering me on as I get ready in the day. Like, I kind of need it. But I want to go to like, you are so good. And you, like, one of the most generous humans I've ever met is you. Okay. So you are like the picture next to the definition of the word generosity, with love, all of that. So how do you make sure you don't get lost in the impact you're trying to make and being the owner of this business, the CEO, the wife, the mom, all the things that you do? Like, how do you prioritize Wendee? How does that happen?
Oh, wow. That's great. I was thinking about that because I love human connection and I love people so much. And sometimes, I know that I give it a 10. Like, some people are like, are you a bucket? Like, where do you go? Because not everybody's at a 10. Some people are at a 2. And you can't have those expectations that they want to love on you the same way, but they do love you. They just don't have the capacity to love it that way. So I have to say, when I'm doing it, it has to make me feel good. Like, when I'm giving and loving, I have to be filling my bucket. The minute I start doing things that are not serving me well, I need to set my boundaries and realize, am I doing this why am I doing this? Is it because it's actually filling me up? And if it is filling me up, then I will continue to do it. But if I'm starting to question if it's taking away and not serving me well, I need to step away. And I think having those evaluations, just because it's a behavior or something that I'm used to doing, I have to check myself time, because time is so valuable, right? But I do know that for me, I'm not a surface person in any way, shape, or form. Having meaningful conversations with people where we actually are challenging and supporting each other is really what fills me up. A lot of time with my husband, where we have time to pray and be together and connect and start our day off that way. I do start my day off with a playlist. We have Goals to Life playlists for every goal type 2 on Spotify. So I am a music girl. But I do listen to podcasts. So Lesley, keep them coming. If you're listening to them, share them with me, because I do. But I think, believe it or not, as much as people think I'm such an extrovert, I'm actually really much of a needing to be quiet and still. So I do a lot of time in the sauna, reflecting and journaling also. That's how I take care of myself. I love my infrared sauna. I love to start my morning in there and just secluding myself with myself and just having peace in the morning and taking care of my thoughts and my body.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I know there's a lot of people I have a lot in the morning. I have all this going on. I'm not a morning person. I'm going to tell you, like, that's fine if you can prioritize another time in your day to give to you and your body. But if you're still not, then you got to figure out how to do it in the morning, because there's something really amazing about, you talk about your cup being your bucket's like at a 10. I can tell the difference when I've like not done. Now, I don't have to do my whole routine because I travel a lot. You travel a lot. Like, I don't have my sauna with me, my sauna blanket or my cold plunge in my hotel.
And you're like, dang, when you come home and you're like, woo.
I know, but I still I'm like, okay, well, I can still do a morning walk, or I can still do a morning meditation. There has to be something that is selfishly for me to fill up so that I can show up and be the gregarious introvert you all know me as. That's what Brad calls me. I say
Seriously?
high functioning.
I agree. And I mean, it's in disguise. People probably are always so shocked when you or I may say that. I mean, as much as I love, and I get that, sometimes it just drains me too. So I just need to get that quiet time and just be alone and still, so I can go and be there for people when I'm out next.
Yeah. What are you like? Okay. Your particular goals to life, building this whole thing out. Like it has different stages, has different processes. It's like ongoing. It's years long. Like I think a lot of people, when they set a goal, it's like something that can often be done in a year. But like this project that you've taken on, like I've known you for a few years now.
Yeah, yeah.
And, like what do you say to yourself? How do you set yourself up? We know we talked about alignment and this thing is in you, but it is hard. Like I'm going to talk about myself for a second. OPC is turning 8 this year, 7 or 8 this year. And if you had told me in, 2017 when I started everything that it was going to take me until 2025 for things to like fall into place, I don't know that I would have started. Like, I don't think I would have been like, I think I've been like, that is a long time. I don't know that I have the energy and stamina and money to
it's definitely
and let's just talk and like money to continue to pour into a business to make it fulfill its dreams. So how do you do that? Because I mean, like this, it's not like this thing is free and you're just like,
Yes, building a tech company is probably one of the most expensive front end. Like our first business, we had a really low overhead and we're able to bring profit in really quick to like grow it. But this is a whole different thing because you build before you get, and what you're building is not something that is low cost. So, especially when you're building at as robust as we are and it's so layered. Yes, I mean, it is a complete faith project for me. I will have to, and it's not faith of like, oh, yeah, it's not a business, it's a massive business, but it's like I am 1000% clear that I am the person and I have been given the gifts and capacity to bring this out to the world. And there's no turning back for me. So like when I make a decision, I am going to give it my all. And I trust that God's going to like open the doors and in his perfect time. I know it's not this is going to impact lives worldwide. I am 1000% confident. And let's just quote me on this. I just don't know when, but it will happen. And it's like really giving me constantly being around people like you, Lesley, that we just keep cheering each other on, or maybe our ChatGPT also, or Alexa cheering us on, and our friends just giving words of encouragement and saying, girl, I get you. Like, I'm there. Like, we got this. Like, just having each other's back and having people on your journey that are there to just truly support you. But yes, this is hard. Like, this is the story. I mean, I had yesterday and the day before 2 really, really amazing, inspiring humans that are almost like mentors to me. They're like, Wendee, this is your story. This story that is not going to break you. Like, it's going to refine you to the person that you need to be so you can do what you're being called to do. Like, this is hard. Really freaking, you want to cry sometimes, but you're still joyful and your heart was like, this is so hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you. Like it is. It's so hard, but also everything is hard. I once heard, like I've quoted this book before because it's that good. Y'all have to read it. It's called Big Magic. And she quotes a guy whose name I'm not remembering, but she quotes a guy, and it's Elizabeth Gilbert's book, and it's from years ago, like probably 2017, 2016, from years ago. And she quotes a guy who says, life is a shit sandwich. And you just got to choose the shit that you can chew. Like it's got bread, some great stuff, some shit in the middle, some other great dressing, and some bread. Like, just know that everything, every idea you have, every broad project you have, every goal you have, there's going to be some shit in the middle that you're going to have to chew up and tolerate and do. And it's hard. And so when I read that, I was like, oh, so this isn't just hard for me. Like, everyone has a hard. Everyone's going through it. And so I guess that should make you even feel good because you're like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm in the muck.
Well, no, truly. I mean, and it's just also being really intentional what you feed your brain. Like, I know that what we listen to, who we put around our lives, like even from the music to I don't really watch much TV, I don't have time, but like everything, I have to be very careful with what I'm listening to and who's around me because it impacts. And so I have to have things that are moving me in a forward direction and not spiraling me back. So because you need to show up in a way, like right now, I just went on a 40-day reset of resetting my hormones, resetting my metabolism, and just getting my brain and everything in perfect alignment to have clarity so I could show up as the best version of me to do the work that I'm being, you can't be out drinking every night and eating whatever you want and feeling like crap and trying to show up you got to walk the walk and you got to be up
Mhm.
and say, like, if I'm the one being called to do this, I need to take care of myself so I could show up this way and
Mhm.
have what you need because it's a lot of grit.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of grit, and it's like, I remember okay, so there was a guy I helped his startup. He ended up actually selling for, like, I think 2 or $3 billion. I mean, there's a big difference between 2 and 3, but hey, in the billions. Anyway, so when I talked to him, and I still talk to him, he said, "Are you sure you wanna do this? You cannot do this for someone else. This will be the hardest thing you're going to do, and I'm warning you that if you think that you're being inspired by someone else to do it, it has to be so deeply in you and you have to be so passionate about it because this will probably be the one of the hardest things. And you have to have so much grit and so much hustle to make this happen." And I'm like, nope, it's in me. And I remember seeing him. I went to Utah to see my daughter and I went and met him at his office. And I'm like, okay, I'm feeling it. This is hard. But I'm still happy. I'm still like, yeah, I'll take the challenge. This is going to be so
Mhm.
much fun to do. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. I thank him for like telling you that. I think like, some people can hear that and think, why would this person try to talk you out of it? But I think like it's almost like you got to talk yourself like it's important to know what you're up against so that you can make the best decision for not just you, but your family, those you love, all the things because they're part of it too. Even if they're not on the payroll, like they're in the journey, they're sharing you with this goal.
Oh, the sharing, like I'm empty nester right now, no kids. I saw bird launcher. Let's think positive, right? I launched my babies out into the world. And so it's me and my hubby. And we've
I
been
okay, hold on. You're a bird launcher. Yes, we should start changing that because empty nester sounds like, "Oh my god, are you okay?"
so
But a
sad. I'm
bird
not empty.
launcher.
I'm like, hell, I did a great job with these babes.
Also, don't we want them to go off and fly? All these kids are coming back to the nest, and I think that that's not so good.
No, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. But yeah, so it's just all perspective, but it's interesting because time blocking is important, setting boundaries is important because I don't want my husband to feel, I need to prioritize because it's now the two of us. It's our
Mhm.
time to be together and prioritize and enjoy one another, create experiences. And then also here I am doing a startup. So bless his heart. But yes, no, making sure that I am he's feeling like a priority as
Mm.
we have launched our babes and it's the two of us at home.
Yeah.
He's not feeling second fiddle. So,
Yeah.
time blocking those things. It was interesting. Okay. So one thing you didn't ask, well, you kind of did, but I didn't say it. How I do things is if it's not on your calendar, it's not going to happen. And you
Yeah.
guys know, like with Lesley, she's really good about making sure things are on our calendar and she has people helping. And same here. If something is a priority to you, if it's a goal, it needs to be on your calendar. If it's not on your calendar, it's not a priority to you. So you've got to look at your calendar and make sure that you see not it heavily weighted in one area, that you see that there's different things on there that you are actually prioritizing beside one thing because something will give. So I will tell you this morning before I came in, I made sure I'm having a date night with my son on April 1st with my mom. I have a date night to celebrate my reset with my husband. I'm going to an amazing restaurant with him on Thursday and Saturday. So, and I'm just booking like what's important. I need to, if
Mhm.
it's important that I do a date night with my husband, that we celebrate our progress, I got to get it on the calendar, that I see my son, that I see my mom, like the people that matter that, you make
Mhm.
time for it. Even time blocking, I want to move this project along, time blocking time to work on it. So
Mhm.
time blocking is huge for me and setting aside evening, like sleep routines and
Yeah.
morning routines and all sorts of things.
Yeah, and that's we have a fun way that we, like, teach people how to put their, like, work schedule together because a lot of people we work with, they kind of only get paid if they're working. Now, if you do the math the way we teach you, then you're getting paid for your time off too and the time that you're working on your business, all that stuff. But all that being said, the way we do it, there's, like, your priorities have to go in first and your sleep is the first one. Like, it has to be in there. You have to put that in because if you are fitting sleep in between everything else, you can only go so long doing that. And once you hit good luck, ladies, good luck. Your body will literally hate you back. Like you'll be like, okay, you didn't treat me well. So here we go. This is what we get. So I couldn't agree more. I think like, it's been said, like, show me your calendar and I can show you what your priorities are. And also like, it's okay. Like I had a coach whose coach told her, if you get 3 things done in a day, every day, let's just do it like 5 days a week. That's 15 things that you got done times 4. I can't do that math in my 60 things. 60 things in a month. That's a lot of things, you know, but we're all trying to like, you know, do all 60 things in a day. And then we wonder why we're exhausted and tired. And we're not moving the needle forward because you can't have that many plates going. This doesn't work like that. So I love that you talked about time blocking and priorities. And I also appreciate you sharing like what that looks like, because I think sometimes we think like, oh, it must be like during the day, 7 hours. It's like, no, you can have dedicated quality time at dinner at a really amazing place you've never been to, have a shared experience, phones flipped off, like, you know, enjoy each other. And that actually can be enough, you know, so that you guys have something to look forward to, but also something to talk about with other people.
Yes. I mean, it's so important, whether it be a relational, setting aside time to work on the things that will, you know, help you in each area. Can I just say something really?
Yeah.
Lesley brought up a really important thing when I mentioned sleep. So one of the big reasons why I shifted is I had a major burnout. And believe it or not, there was out of alignment was one part of it, but the other one was me lack of sleep. I thought that I was Wonder Woman. I had the capacity to do all things. I Miss Energizer Bunny. I didn't need sleep. I thought I was a weird human that didn't need sleep, but I did all the perfect things. Like if you were to name like what is all the things in every area of their life that you do, and I was doing it all. But what wasn't I doing? I wasn't sleeping enough. And so what happened? I got massive burnout. And that had to do because I wasn't sleeping. So now like sleep is one of the biggest priorities for me. So I will just let you know, like, yes, when you say that and it sounds weird, like, oh, but you think this is better and you're doing all these other things. If sleep should be right up there at the very top. So
yeah, it's, thank you for, I mean, like, Brad thought he could like go without sleep. He's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead, you know?
oh,
Like,
yes, that's what my husband said.
yeah. And no, as a very young kid, he ended up like, you know, at the doctors with them going, you got to sleep, dude. Like you have to sleep, you know? So it's, I know it feels like a waste. It's like literally when your body repairs. So no amount of Pilates, water, protein,
Nutrition,
creatine. No, you cannot.
meditation,
No,
any of it. Yeah.
no, you cannot out nutrition. Like, and I don't know. And I will say, like, I'm not someone who says you have to have 8 hours. Like there's actual studies that show some people can do 6, some people need 9. Women tend to need more than men, but also like I have found that 7 hours is really good for me. I can run off 6.5, but I'm going to have to get a little over 7 in there. 7.5, not a problem. More than that, unless I'm sleep deprived, it's too much for me. I actually wake up groggy.
Right.
So you have to test that for yourself. And by the way, there are like, you can use goals to life to figure that out. You can make a plan and go, okay, how am I going to figure out how much sleep I need? I know my friend Corrine thought like she needed to sleep until 10. And when she actually worked with a sleep person, they're like, no, if you fall asleep when you're tired and you wake up, you technically go to bed around 10 and you wake up at 5 naturally, like you at 5 a.m. She's like, I'm a morning person. I had no idea.
I know I'm building your whole circadian rhythm. It's amazing, you guys. But yeah, when in the time blocking of setting your nighttime routines and adding like your bedtime to your calendar is and even your eating times and all this. Anyways, so Goals to Life does have calendar integration with like Outlook and Gmail or Google Calendar. So it
cool.
really helps. So your goal plan is in complete alignment. But yeah, when people are like, oh, it's a priority, but they're not putting it on their calendar, I'm like, oh, it's really not. It's not really your goal. How bad do you want it? You're not making time for it. You're filling it with like unproductive things that aren't moving the needle forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Wendee, I literally could talk to you forever. We'll have to do this again when we'll do another check-in. See how all this is going. We're going to take a brief break and then find out how people can find you, follow you, and Goals to Life with you.
Sounds good.
All right, Wendee, where did you go? Where do you hang out? Where are the links? Where are we going?
Okay. All right. So you can go to goalstolife.com, and that's with a 2. So like we're bringing your goals to life. So life.com. And there is a sign up page right there where you could sign up for Goals to Life. Right now, we have a 30-day free trial to check into the system. We have community. We have a lot of amazing things. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook and our YouTube channel. Very inspired. Lesley has inspired me. Okay. Another person who is helping me inspire me to have a YouTube channel, and it's under Wendee Close. So follow the journey of me actually bringing my goals to life live and hey, on the go. So that's what we'll be doing. And I hope that you guys can all join the Goals to Life movement of actually implementing and executing and achieving your goals.
I hope you all do. I think it's really cool. It's nice to have a tool to help you. Like you can have all the ideas and all the advice, but like sometimes we do need a tool, just like my friend Monica is using ChatGPT as a tool to pep talk her in the morning. Like you don't have to be a superhuman who like somehow remembers all these things.
That's
You've given us so much already, to be completely honest, but I really want to hear your bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted steps people can take to be it till they see it. What do you have for us, babe?
Okay. All right. So for bold, I want people to own their next level identity. So within Goals to Life, they can create that identity through our goal pathways and align it to who they want to become. So I want people to ask themselves, what would my future self do today, and actually do it in action, because we're all about action. Make it executable. The E is executable. We're all about execution. So take small intentional steps daily. So in Goals to Life, we'll help you break the big goals into micro movements. And so I'm going to ask you to ask yourself, what is one step that I can take today and actually take the action? And then the I is intrinsic.
Yeah.
Okay. So align your goals with purpose, as I've talked about a lot, like aligning what you want with a purpose, and make sure it's in alignment with your values and principles. So in Goals to Life, we want you to set goals that will actually matter. So we're going to ask you to ask yourself, why does this matter to me, what I want to do? You need to know why it matters to you. So you're deeply rooted into the commitment of actually fulfilling what you committed to through your goal. And then the T is target. So set clear, measurable milestones that you can have a target on. And in Goals to Life, we will turn like your vague hopes or your ideas into actual tangible outcomes. And we want you to ask yourself, how will I measure the progress? And at Goals to Life, we can help you measure your progress so you can celebrate and actually achieve.
I love, at the Beit Pod, we celebrate every Friday. We should be celebrating all the time. We celebrate on Fridays just in case we didn't take time. And I truly love those. I think that I feel like you almost defined the Beit action items in a way. It's just like perfect that, in a way that like I always hope people understand like why this podcast exists is just to help you take the next step to be the person you want to be, as if you're already that person. And that's, you literally, Wendee, are a shining example of that, but also what you're creating is like literally the tools people need to do it. So thank you for being you. Thank you for Goals to Life. My Beit Pod listener, what are you going to do? Beit Babe, what are you going to do? How are you going to use these tips in your life? What was your favorite takeaway? Make sure you tag Goals to Life, tag Wendee Close, tag the Beit Pod. We want to celebrate with you. We want to be part of your journey. We want to know how this is going, and send this to a friend who needs to hear it, because sometimes it's like, your friend just needs to hear it from the same words from a different set of voices to help them get out of the rut, take the next step, get into alignment. So thank you, Wendee, for being you and a dear friend.
One other thing.
Yeah.
You are a goal expert in Goals to Life. So you guys, we promote people as fabulous as Lesley, and we have experts across the nation. She is our Pilates expert, and she is amazing, as you guys all know. And so she is a huge part of the movement in the physical goal set. So thank you, Lesley, for believing in Goals to Life and being part of our community and being an expert also.
It's an honor. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where we go with this together. And that's the coolest thing about like people like you and myself and Brett and all of these other people who we all get to do this together. Even though we're apart, but our ships can tag on and tug through, and we can do this together. And that's you too, as you listen, babe, you have your friends, if they are growing, then you all get to grow together. And that's where things get to be really, really fun. So everyone, you know what to do. Until next time, be it till you see it. That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day. Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Disenyo.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.